cameras shut down, studios closed. Man, you know what? These Vikings.com submissions in my car, not the greatest angle in the world for the old eyebrows and or chins, but that's okay because we are here to talk about Kirk Cousins, quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, and the 2-year extension freed up some salary cap money. And lo and behold, Anthony Harris is back in the mix. That's good. Harrison Smith, the hitman, and Harris. I like that. Of course, your elite football minds. In the National Football League world, if you do not have a good to very good to elite quarterback, then you ain't got nothing. And Kirk Cousins is a very good quarterback off the best season of his career. For me, the nuance of Cousins' season last year, I think, was underappreciated. Not only the way he handled that Saints game, victory, bonjour, San Francisco, au revoir, New Orleans Saints. But how about that Denver game? Only like 57 yards in the first half. Did not go out of body and try too hard and freak out. And then came on like a house of fire in the second half, didn't he? Pretty much stole the show. So Kirk Cousins, quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings with an extension of 2 years. Yes. Love to see the progress. Can't wait to see where the continuity with Kubiak et al. Heads into the 2020 season. So that's one man's opinion. Your announcer, Paul Allen, happy about that Kirk Cousins extension that led to more salary cap money and potentially the return of Anthony Harris. Bye.
Hey, Vikings fans. Ron Johnson, Fox 9, Vikings Game Day Live. The Vikings re-signed Kirk Cousins to a 2-year extension. It's something that had to be done. If you look at what quarterbacks are out there in the free agent market, how much money they're going to want, and then also teaching a new quarterback a new system under an offense that you wanted some consistency. Well, you kept Kubiak because Stefanski left. There's no reason to go get a new quarterback thinking that, hey, we're going to have to revamp and change it. Signing Kirk Cousins allows you now for your 3-year run, theoretically, to go after a Super Bowl. And we know what Kirk Cousins can do in prime time. I'm hoping that Kubiak can take what he saw from Kirk Cousins and be able to mold him and give him some leniency to create his own offense. But 2 years does free up some cap space. Now it's time to go out and maybe get you a defensive back or an offensive lineman. But again, signing Kirk Cousins gives you some cap space, but also gives you some comfort to say over the next 3 years, we have our quarterback.
Hey, Vikings fans, Ben Leber here, coming to you from KFAN Studios. Just got off the air, and we heard the news as we were getting off that Kirk Cousins has signed his extension with the Minnesota Vikings for the next 2 years past 2020. Listen, this is great news on all fronts. I think Kirk definitely deserves this extension, provides some stability at that position, which every team in the league is looking for, stability. But more importantly, in the short term, it makes the Vikings, and yet we don't know what the numbers look like and how they're going to sort of spread out this money when it comes to the salary cap situation. But the Vikings from last Friday gained about $18.5 million extra in salary cap savings. And then with the new CBA being ratified, that's another $10 million, although that's $10 million for every team. So it doesn't really give you more spending power compared to everybody else. But at least it looks nicer to go into free agency until today with about $30 million to spend in free agency, plus whatever we figure out that we gain from the Kirk Cousins extension. So now, again, we're slowly creeping into free agency. The tampering period is going to open up today. They're going to have a couple of days to talk to some people, finalize some deals starting on Wednesday. And this is great news for the Vikings, as obviously as every team, they're going to need some extra help when it comes to veterans at some key positions. So all of a sudden now, we can become players and at least maybe get into that first tier wave of a big guy that they can sign. More importantly, you free up some money to sign some of your own guys to take care of them. And that leads me into the hammer. Congratulations to CJ Ham. He got a big-time extension. And again, well-deserved. I love the fact that our organization will take care of our own. We did it with Anthony Barr. We did it with a bunch of other guys. And look, CJ is huge to this offense. Obviously, with Kubiak taking over, nothing is going to change from an offensive look standpoint and philosophy. And with that being said, we value the fullback when most of the NFL is not going to value the fullback. He's a great contributor on special teams. Obviously, he does wonders for the community, being basically a local Minnesota guy. So congratulations to CJ. to his family. Hard work pays off. The guy handles it the right way. He does everything the right way, as does Kirk Cousins. So big news in Vikings world today, the extension of the quarterback and an extension of one of your favorite players in C.J. Ham. A lot more to come. We can become players now in free agency. Exciting to see what happens, and all the rumors going to start flying around here in the next 48 hours before free agency truly opens. But I'll check back in with you guys. See you later.